The trial of William Samoei Ruto and Joshua Arap Sang before the International Criminal Court continued from 14th to 16th October 2013 with the testimony of the third prosecution witness with the pseudonym P-0189. The witness testified under the protective measures of facial pixelation and voice distortion. Part of the testimony was given in private sessions closed to the public to preserve the confidentiality of the witness's identity. Prior to the 2007 presidential elections in Kenya, the witness was a member of a political movement called Warembo na Kibaki in Eldoret, whose aim was to mobilize youth to campaign for the Party of National Unity's candidate, Mwai Kibaki. She testified that prior to the elections, they experienced difficulties in the area that she called ODM strongholds, particularly outskirts of Eldoret, Cheptiret, and Sinai. In the document containing the charges, the prosecution alleges that William Samoei Ruto and Joshua Arap Sang were part of a network formed with the motive of expelling and punishing Kikuyu, Kamba, and Kisii people who were perceived as PNU supporters. The prosecution further alleges that in the Uasin Gishu district, over 200 people were killed, over 500 injured, and 7,800 civilians displaced during the post-election violence. The district also suffered the most destruction, with 52,000 houses destroyed in this period. During open sessions, prosecution trial lawyer Lucio Garcia questioned the witness on the violence that erupted following the elections in December 2007 in the Uasin Gishu district. The witness described what she saw in Kapsoya, Kimumu, Langas, Kiambaa, and Kahoya. She said that people were injured and killed, some had sought refuge in the local churches, and many houses were burnt.
Madam Witness, what did you see in Langas?
Around Langas, there were chopped heads and planted on a stick. Their heads were planted on the stick.
Can you tell us anything about the houses in Langas?
Most of the houses were not burnt, but they were looted, like shops were broken into.
Can you tell us, Madam Witness, if you know what were the ethnic groups that lived in Langas at the time of the election violence?
Majority of the people in Langas are Kikuyu and Luos.
Madam Witness, can you tell us what you saw in Kiambaa?
Upon arriving the Kiambaa, the church was a shell, and you would see the mattresses and some burnt down bodies. And then there was that wheelchair where a woman perished in.
Can you tell us what you saw, Madam Witness, in Kahoya Estate?
Kahoya, there were dead bodies all over, rotten, eaten by pigs and dogs.
Approximately how many bodies you saw on that day?
The ones which were eaten by dog were around 5 to 6 dogs and pigs, but the rest of the bodies were around 10 to 20. The buildings were also burnt around.
During the cross-examination by William Ruto's defense counsel, Shamala Alexandra, the witness said that the victims in Langas were mainly Luos. Though she acknowledged that such acts are usually associated with Mungiki youth in Kenya, she could not confirm whether or not that group had been involved with violence in that area at that time. Nor could she confirm the proposition put by the defense that the chief of the Langas police station at that time was accused of killing 23 Kalenjin and Luos. The defense showed to the witness videos of news reports from the time following the announcement of the election results. The witness confirmed that the delay in announcing the results had increased tension in the country, and that the president was sworn in at the same time that violence was erupting in Nairobi. A media ban which followed had also increased tensions. the witness added. The witness further acknowledged, without being able to give additional details, the defense counsel's assertion that William Ruto had been calling for peace on television and at a hospital, as well as praying for peace at the Eldoret Church. Joshua Sang's defense team conducted a brief cross-examination of the witness, which ended with lead counsel Joseph Kigen-Katwa having Mr. Sang standing up in the courtroom.
Madam Witness, on 14th of October at page 48, line 13, you gave this description that Kalenjin as a tall, thin, slim, and black. You recall that, Madam Witness?
Yes.
With my client standing, would you say that he falls within that definition, Madam Witness, if Mr. Sang could stand?
No.
He doesn't?
He doesn't.
That's all I wish to ask, Mr. President.
Witnesses are called by those participating in the proceedings, although I have to say that at the ICC, they can either be called by the defense, by the prosecutor, but also, with the leave of the judges, by the legal representative of victims, and actually they can also be called by the judges themselves. So it has to be kept in memory that it's not only the prosecutor and the defense calling those witnesses. In addition, it has to be understood that the witnesses are not the only means, because that's what they are means to prove or disprove some facts. As we have those facts in the charges, the purpose of the trial is to see if what is described in the charges, as confirmed before the pretrial chamber for the proceedings before the ICC, are true or not. That's the purpose. Witnesses are one of the means in order to prove if this is true or not. You could have documents, you could have forensic evidence, you could have many other things. But witnesses are an important means in order to prove or disprove.